Okay, we are live now.
Okay,
Just wait for a while
so
so
you'll
that I
make me
can make
host
you
now?
host.
You
Yeah,
still
I'm
need to
making
make me
you host.
host.
I made you host.
And I'll make you co-host.
Yep.
Cool. And
Okay, thank you.
and you're okay with the recording? I don't need to start it for you, right?
No, I'm fine with the recording. I'll
Okay,
do it.
cool. Hi, Greg. Hi, Jean.
Hello.
Joe.
Okay.
I love that flower behind you, Greg. That's beautiful.
Isn't that neat? My wife made that. She did that for us
Beautiful.
so we can
Hi,
practice out there.
hi, Mina. Laura. Hi, Tager. Recognize a few of the names. Laura, hi.
Hi, good to be back.
Good to have you back. Now, for those of you who have been with me in the beginner class, do realize that this particular class, Why Tai Chi is Great for Seniors, is sort of an intro. So we're not going to cover anything here that you haven't already covered in detail. Actually, we're going to be doing very little practice. It's mainly going to be an educational session on the history of Tai Chi. And if that's what you're expecting, great. I just didn't want to disappoint you. So,
Well, I'm going to stay at least for a while.
okay.
Thank you, Ty.
You might learn a little bit about the history that I haven't talked about in the
That's
regular
right.
class. So, hey, there's something here. I just didn't want you to think it was a regular practice session. Hi, Joyce, Eileen, Mara, Susan.
So, Ty, I think Mara's following me around. Mara was in one of my other classes.
You know, we've got a lot of people like that who just bounce from class to class, and you start wondering, like,
Junkies, that's what I am. This is my third class. A
I,
get
I,
sets up junkie.
I one time was called a certification junkie because I just like to go study things and get certified. So I know what that feels like, and sometimes you do follow someone around. You find somebody who finds these interesting things, and you want to go do them too. So get set up is really perfectly set up to do that. Okay, Salwe, hi. If I forgot to greet somebody, I'm sorry, but
How are you doing?
love to see all of you. Hi, Deanna. Okay, today this session is Tai Chi, why it's great for seniors. Now, it's basically an intro session to introduce people who aren't familiar with Tai Chi to just what these classes are, and hopefully entice you to come over to the beginners class or the Shabashi class or whatever classes I get to add down the road. So we're not going to be doing a lot of practice in this session. I will be doing a little bit of a demo and ask you to join me. But mainly we're going to be talking about just what the heck Tai Chi is and what goes on in a Tai Chi class so that you'll kind of get an idea of what you're stepping into in a regular class. Not that it's scary, but we want to make sure that nobody thinks it is scary. So with that being said, hi Mary Ellen, just saw you pop in. Oops, somebody else popped in. Who? I can't tell. They changed around me. Okay, well, welcome everybody from around the world, wherever you are. It's so great to see all of you. I'm going to switch over now to my slide deck, even though I don't see. I don't know why it's always so hard to find my slide deck. Um, I think the screen changes on me. Here we are. Okay. Give me a minute to reorganize some things on my screen. We have Nancy with us today as our TA, and she's there if you have any technical questions or if you just want to go in the chat box and say hello, Nancy. But if you have any tech questions, any problems or issues, feel free to take them to Nancy, and she'll either answer them, help you, or get you to somebody who can. How's that for an offer? And now, Tai Chi. just why the heck is it great for seniors? It's a great question. My name is Tai. Some of you are familiar with me because you've been in other classes of mine, and if you haven't been there, and I hope you do join us and get familiar with me. I live in Florida in the U.S. in a little town called Lake Mary, a little town, 15,000 people, in Lake Mary. That's a technical center just outside of Orlando, Florida. We're called the Silicon Valley of Central Florida, which is really grandiose compared to what we really are. We're a small technical center. I live there with my partner, two dogs named Penny and Coda. Sometimes you will see them wandering through the class, especially Coda. He's the big brown Labrador, the chocolate lab. Often you'll see him come in and join us by laying down in the corner. My education from University of Georgia and Georgia Tech was in biology, psychology, and computer science. I had a career with DOD, federal government, DOD and USDA, and eventually I started working at medical centers where I worked in IT management and then went into healthcare management and consultings, and I traveled around to different medical centers helping them understand their system, work their data better, and taught a heck of a lot of classes. Now I'm retired, and I spend my time teaching and sharing mindful practices. I've been a meditator since the 80s. I started because of stress, and to be honest, I think it saved my life. Speaking of Coda, he's behind me now when you get a picture again. I think going into meditation was what saved my life back in the 80s, and I've been meditating ever since. I'm, as a couple of us were chatting before class, I think I'm a junkie when it comes to studying different meditation techniques. Led me into yoga, led me into Kundalini yoga, led me into Tai Chi and mindfulness practices, because Tai Chi really is a moving meditation. It's gentle. It teaches you to calm your mind. We're going to talk about some of those factors. But I was drawn to it because I like meditation. I like gentle movement. And I have problems with my feet. I suffer from peripheral neuropathy. And so I have troubles with balance and stumbling. And I came to Tai Chi as hope to help me with that, and I can tell you it does. When I practice my yoga and my Tai Chi regularly, which I try to do all the time, my balance improves. If I'm on vacation and I'm not practicing, my balance sort of declines. So I am a big advocate for Kundalini as balance and fall prevention. Tai Chi as balance and fall prevention. Now, we're on getsetup.io, which is a great organization because it brings us all together to learn from each other. We all have useful skills. I mean, this is basically a website for seniors. How many years have we spent experiencing things and learning? We have so much to share with each other. And the more we share, the more we learn, the more wonderful things we can do in our life. Ideally, in this class, because it is an interactive movement class, or the regular class is, ideally I can see you, because that helps me know what to say next or what to guide you into, go faster, go slower. But if you don't want to turn your camera on, that's fine. Maybe at a future class, you'll feel comfortable turning it on. After each one of our classes, especially the regular like Tai Chi for beginners or Tai Chi Shibashi, I highly recommend requesting a recording because that allows you to practice between times I meet with you. And practice really does enhance the experience. Just email help@getsetup.io and they'll set you up with a recording. If you didn't make it in today, because I think we got pretty close to filling up, so maybe you're here with live stream, congratulations for joining us that way. Hopefully you'll come in an interactive class in the future by booking early. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific product or any specific service. Today's agenda for why is Tai Chi great for seniors? We're going to talk about what the heck is Tai Chi, the styles, the schools of Tai Chi, just a little bit of history because it's interesting, components of Tai Chi, the benefits of Tai Chi. Now that is why seniors want to take Tai Chi, those benefits. And just what is a Tai Chi class like? What will I be doing in a Tai Chi class? Let's talk about what Tai Chi is to start off. It came from China. There's two routes of Tai Chi. One came from the Tao tradition, and one came from the Buddhist tradition. What we will be doing is Tai Chi that came from the Tao tradition, and there's many schools of that, 5 big named ones, and most of them fall into one of those 5 school categories. Tai Chi is an effective movement practice for mind and body. It's not just the body. It's not just exercise. It's about bringing the mind and body together using the breath. It comes from something called Qigong. Now, Qigong is energy movement. That's basically what the 2 syllables mean. Qi is energy, life energy. Gong is movement. It's movement that's been created as health practice. In China, Qigong is actually a health practice. People do it to feel better and to be healthier. It's not exercise to them. It's life and health. There's a great depth of knowledge in this and a great depth of skill, and it's easy to learn and quick to start delivering its health benefits. It can become a lifetime journey, whether you study Qigong or you study the Tai Chi flavor, which is a sequence of Qigong movements put into a flow. It can become a lifetime journey of enjoyment.
Okay, so you're saying that the word Qigong is Qigong?
That's Qigong. Yep.
Okay.
It's also got another spelling that's, I believe, CHI space KONG. So you may see it spelled that way sometimes.
Okay.
But they're both the same thing. We have classes in Qigong on Get Set Up taught by a wonderful teacher named Ellen. I highly recommend you check her out. In Tai Chi, we will be doing a little Qigong because we're going to take those Qigong movements and string them together. So basically, Qigong is the basis for Tai Chi. Sort of like yoga is the basis for flow yoga, Qigong is the basis for Tai Chi. All the styles, no matter which style or which school you practice, they all have the same basic principles. This is about bringing the mind to work better with the body. That's mindfulness. It helps with balance. The fluidity of movement, which is to me very enjoyable when you flow with your movement and you start becoming comfortable in that flow. You pay attention to your body alignment, your posture, your balance. You become far more aware of your body. That phrase right there, awareness of body, is one of the major factors to help us not stumble and fall. Control the breathing. Now, that is not control like, oh, I'm going to control the breathing. It's mainly being aware of the breath and continually breathing. Not control in the sense of not forgetting to breathe while you're moving. And of course, focus. It's about mental concentration, being in focus, and paying attention to the moment with what you're doing. We have a tendency to be so busy in life that sometimes the moment just gets away from us. Well, Tai Chi is a practice to bring us back into focusing on what we're doing in that moment, what we're feeling in that moment, and sort of let us experience life in the moment instead of passing us by. Okay, there's 5 main schools or styles of Tai Chi. The oldest that I'm aware of, the oldest I've been able to research, is called Chen, C-H-E-N. We won't be doing Shin because it is extremely physical. It's good if you're 20 years old or maybe 17 years old. You use very low squatting postures, bend those knees hard. You move hard and fast at times versus slow and soft. So it's almost moving into a martial arts. It promotes those low stances, which we do not in what we're going to be doing, and as powerful, explosive movements like heavy punches. It's known for being difficult. It's known for being physically demanded, and some people are really drawn to it because of that component. They want that power. Then Yang. Yang was a student of Shin, and Yang thought that Tai Chi should be available to more people. So he developed a type of Tai Chi where you don't squat in the knees as much. You stand higher with soft knees. You move gentle, slow movements. You make it suitable for more people. More people can enjoy it. More people can get the benefits. None of this explosive power, no jumps, no stomps. And then after Yang, other students develop their own schools. There's Hao, Wu, and Sung. Hal still kept the quick, complicated movements. Wu, similar to Yang, but Wu started slowing it down and making it more comfortable for seniors. And then Sung style, it's as though Sung style were developed for us. It's my favorite. I've practiced Wu and I've practiced Sung. I've tried Chin. Sung is my favorite. It's the latest development, and it uses soft, careful, deliberate movements, flowing movements, no aggressiveness, no explosive movements. And that's what we'll be doing in these series that I call Tai Chi for Beginners. So Sung style Tai Chi, I've probably already said all this. We use a higher stance. Soft knees, not squatting knees. It's easier to learn. It's easier to practice. In my opinion, it's more enjoyable to practice. It has gentle, flowing, continuous movements. So you just keep it, it's flowing like a little soft dance. And it's meditative. It's compact. You don't need a lot of space. You're not going to be jumping around the room in big steps. If you have 2 to 3 feet by, 4 to 5 or 6 feet, you got plenty of space. That's all you need. And Sung style Tai Chi has so much depth that there's no end to exploring it, even with the simplest of forms. I've often been heard telling people, you can memorize forms. There's a wonderful Wu series that's got 108 forms in it, and I've studied it. I've never memorized the whole 108. I've never learned the whole 108. But just memorizing forms can sound impressive, but if you don't experience the form, if you don't feel the form, you're not really getting to the Tai Chi. So in my opinion, it's better to study one form and experience it than it is to memorize 108 forms and say, hey, I know 108 forms. So don't sweat it if you take a class with me and at the end you don't memorize the 6 forms I gave you in that class and instantly you're able to do it. Don't sweat that sort of thing. Study one form till I see you again, and then you'll be moving into your Tai Chi practice. So what the heck can Tai Chi do for me? Well, it's going to promote good posture. We stand straight. We don't lean, we don't tilt. We stand straight with a firm torso with head combination, and I will keep reminding people of that. Good posture like this is less wear and tear on the joints, and it actually strengthens the joints as you use and strengthen the ligaments and tendons. Also, good posture like that creates more lung space. All of this comes together to improve your balance, which at my age I call fall mediation, because I am less likely to fall because of better balance. And if I start to fall, I'm more likely to catch myself because I'm aware of what my body is doing, or I should say more aware of what my body is doing. We're going to improve concentration, your focus, coming closer to studying mindfulness. Actually, it is mindfulness. We're going to promote deeper relaxation. How many of us don't enjoy deeper relaxation? We all have a stressful life. That's a fact of life, is stress. Well, if you learn how to initiate that relaxation response, you can go deeper and deeper into your relaxation, and it becomes part of your Tai Chi practice. Better stress. Handle stress better. The relaxation responses I mentioned. Overall, you get to improve your spirit. You develop a better mood. You're happier. You feel accomplished. And overall, you increase your life energy. We get healthier. Isn't that a nice thing? We actually get healthier from gentle movement. When we sit, there's certain aspects of our body that's not working correctly. All it takes is gentle movement to get those systems, such as your lymph nodes, to work and make you healthier. Don't have to do a 10K or a marathon. Don't even have to go riding a bike for 10 miles. Gentle movement will activate these systems to make us all healthier. And with that comes more energy. Okay. We have objectives in Tai Chi. Develop that integration of mind and body, and we do that with breath and movement. You'll hear me preaching, don't forget to breathe. I don't even care where you breathe, just breathe while you move. Our objective is to improve balance with postural alignment and body awareness. This is reiterating. Decrease the effects of stress. Slow down. Okay, I mentioned enjoying life in the moment. Part of that is slowing down life. if we're rushing and just trying to get to a goal, we're missing out on what's going on right now. Slow down and enjoy the experience of getting to the goal. Overall, be healthier as we make the body work more efficiently with this gentle movement. Okay, what expectations can you have? Well, after class, feel better. If you don't feel better, try the class again and see if maybe you can get into it a little deeper. If not, find a class that makes you feel better. But Tai Chi, if you invest the time and get the experience, it will affect your mood. You will feel better, you'll feel happier, you will enjoy the experience more. You might have some minor soreness, but you should never experience pain. And that soreness should go away quickly. Sometimes just the fact we're softening our knees, all of a sudden you're starting to work those knees and they're going to get stronger, but maybe they're going to be sore the first few times you do it, but no pain. Maybe reaching out, you can't see what I'm doing and I'm demoing. Reaching out, maybe you're challenging your shoulders. Again, you might feel a little soreness. Never feel pain. If you're feeling pain, you're going too much, too far. Slow down. Your joints should be warm. Hold on, something just got in my way. There. Joints should be warm. You want to challenge your joints, but you don't want to injure them. Hopefully you will always look forward to the next class. Hopefully you'll end class with a smile. You should always feel like you're learning and you're progressing. No matter how often you do Tai Chi, no matter how often you do any one form or any one sequence, it keeps getting deeper and deeper for you. We never finish going into a form or a sequence to its limit. You always go deeper and deeper as you learn and experience in that form. Maybe you should feel like the class went too fast. Maybe you feel like it went too slowly. Or maybe you feel like it went just right, because you're going to have all three types classes with me. Sometimes it's going to feel like it went so fast, and why did he keep talking so fast and why did he keep moving so fast? Because I'm squeezing so much in. And then maybe the next class I don't cover as much and you feel like it's going too slowly. With so many people attending, I'm trying to address a large group of people and trying to react to what I'm seeing in the videos. And sometimes it's a decision of go faster, go slower, or go what you might find just right. When you do your practice at home, if you should so choose to do so, then you should go very slowly. Always slow down. Don't go as fast as I do in class. We have guidelines. Mindfulness. Postural alignment. My goodness, how many times have I said that phrase? Breath awareness. Slow movement. Weight separation. Integrated movement. Mind-body principles, and active relaxation. I love that phrase, active relaxation. It means you're moving, but you're relaxed while you're moving. Okay, I'm going to demo a little bit to you, and you're welcome to join me. I hope that some of you will join me. And we're going to practice 3 forms. Now, if you've done yoga, you know the word asana, or posture. Well, in Tai Chi, we do forms. One form represents a Qigong exercise or Qigong practice. And we start putting them together into a flow to create Tai Chi. So 3 of the real common ones we do in Sung style Tai Chi, probably any style of Tai Chi, is the Wuji, or the universal posture, the commencement form, and the open and close. So I figured that will be a good one for us to just demo and play with in this intro class. So let me release this. I'm going to bring back my image. Okay. I'm not going to put on music for this like I normally do. There. Okay, I'm going to come standing. I don't know if you can see there, but that's my Coda Bear dog, my chocolate lab. He came in and laid there. Some of you have met him before. Okay. Let me demo to you some of what we've been studying in Tai Chi for beginners to kind of give you an idea of what we've been up to. And then I'll go through those 3 forms in detail with you, and if you want to join me. But we've been studying what's called single whip, and this week we're going to start brush the knee. And those are just that's just names of the parts. I'm calling them part 1, part 2, and part 3. So we've been studying part 1. Now we're going to start part 2 this week. But we come to Wuji, which is a standing, in yoga they basically call it mountain pose. And from Wuji, I'm going to turn sideways, we do a commencement form. And from commencement, we do a single whip. We open the curtain. Wave hands in the clouds.
Yes? Tom?
No, I'm going up to the mailbox.
Oh, okay.
Let me know.
Tell him to check my mail too. And then the hands come back to heart center for an open.
I'm sorry, I thought I muted.
It's okay. I'm just teasing with you anyway. And then part 2 is brush the knee. And from brush the knee, we play the lute. We parry. We parry. We punch. We push the mountain. We return to center for an open and close. And we close. Then we single whip to the left. I'm just going to do this quickly. We brush the knee right. Parry, parry, punch. Push the mountain. Back to center. Open and close, and then close. That's parts 1 and 2. And then we have a part 3 that's pretty complicated, so I don't want to go into that. But this is what we've been working on, and we're going to keep working on this until we kind of get it down pat, and then we'll move to another sequence. So for today, let me just introduce you in detail to the universal posture. I like to call it Wuji because it's a cute name that's easy to remember, and since I say it so many times in class. For Wuji, you stand tall with your hips, your ankles basically hips width apart. If you need a little bit more width for balance, then feel free to separate the foot a little bit more. That's acceptable. Your shoulders are basically over your hips. You're standing straight. You pull the head to the sky, and then you tuck the chin about a 1/4 inch. Just tuck it in a 1/4 inch, because what's going to happen as you tuck your chin is you're going to straighten your neck. Those vertebra, the cervical vertebra in your neck will straighten a little bit. Then you pretend there's a weight hanging at the tip of your spine. So just imagine there's a weight here hanging down on a string, and it's pulling that spine down a little bit, which makes your hips rotate in just a little bit. As it pulls it down maybe 1/2 inch, you're going to sink into the knees a little, and you're going to straighten the lumbar spine. So this gives you a lot straighter posture in your Wuji. It's not really that complex, and I run through it a lot of times. Stand tall, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, soften the knees. The shoulders are soft, and the hands just kind of hang there. And then you breathe. Breathe into your belly. Don't breathe up here. Breathe here, just comfortably. The important thing about Tai Chi is always breathe. Don't hold your breath. You're going to find yourself focused on something I say and how to do it. Gee, do I move my feet? And you're going to notice I'm not breathing. Just remind yourself at that point to breathe. Look for those times and teach yourself to always breathe. That's what we're here to learn. So when I say come to your Wuji, that's Wuji. Find your balance. You might want to start by feeling your feet against the floor. You know, I like to shift my weight back and forth on the feet so I get a really good sensation of my balance as my weight is shifting. Feel that connection with the floor or earth, however you want to look at it. I like to think of it as I'm connected with Mother Earth firmly. And then I stop in the center, tuck my chin, tuck my tailbone, soften in the knees, relax my shoulders. It's very relaxing. Now from that, we're going to do the commencement form. Hang on just a minute. Let me see if I can change a setting. Yeah, that's better. So find your Wuji. Now commencement form, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me from the side. Make sure your knees are soft, just a slight bounce there. Rotate the shoulders and bring your arms up to about shoulder height. Now, don't stretch the arms. Keep the elbows soft. Keep the wrists soft. The hands actually dangle a little bit. And they come up, palms facing each other. And then just allow them to flow down as though they're pushing through a thick fog. They flow down and the hands come towards your belly button. And then the hands come up the chest. You basically draw the letter U. So let's find your Wuji again and let's do that together. Commencement is rotate the shoulders. Draw a U. Nice. Nice. Now from here, your hands are basically at chest level. Just extend them again, about 70% of your reach, and then bend the elbows and bring them back in. That's the upper body part of commencement. Let's add some footwork to that now that you've made that part. So let's talk footwork for just a minute. From your Wuji, I want to go back to that shifting of the weight. Allow your weight to go to one foot, and then allow it to go to the other foot. This is becoming aware of your weight separation. Where the heck is my weight in my body? How's it affecting my balance? I just imagine that there's a line coming down my body, a gray line coming from the sky to the earth, right through my body where my balance is. That's my center of gravity. And I'm shifting that center of gravity over to one knee and then over to the other. Now, when your weight like this is over on one specific foot and you're really stable on that foot, that other foot is safe to pick up and step out. That's a safe step. That's a Tai Chi step. So when your weight is on one foot, the other foot can be lifted safely and moved. Sometimes we go forward, sometimes we go back, sometimes we go out to the left, and then your weight shifts back to the center. The weight comes to the other foot and you can pick up that one. So that's a safe step, keeping good balance. I don't know if you're aware of this, but just as humans, when we walk, we don't walk that way. It's natural for us to walk by just lifting a foot and falling forward and catching ourselves. That's just how we walk. That's just natural. But it's not the safest. That's how, especially as we get older, we can get off balance and fall. But if you're careful and put your weight on one foot first and then lift your foot, you're safe. You're being more precise in the moment too. And then you can bring the other foot to join that one. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. That is the footwork for commencement form. Let's do that again. Find your Wuji. Bring your weight to the right foot. Now your left foot's free, so pick it up and just touch down the heel and then put the weight on the foot and you got the toe coming down and you've pushed your weight into your left knee. So your weight now is on that left foot, so you can lift that right foot to join it and bring it up and join it. Nice. Let's talk about distance of step. We don't take big steps here. We take small steps. So when you put that left foot down, just plan to have your heel basically parallel, have your left heel parallel to your right toe. So my weight's on my right foot. I lift the left foot, put the heel down just in front of my right toe, and then come down on it, and then bring the other foot. That's a soft, safe step. Beautiful. Let's put that all together. So, find your Wuji, and we're going to do commencement form and pull all that together. So, rotate the shoulders up in commencement. Draw your U. When your hands get to your belly button and start to come up your chest, that's when you start bringing the weight to your right foot. When the hands are up to the chest, that's when you can lift your left foot and step out. As you bring the weight to the left foot, reach forward. Now bring the right foot to join the left. Bend your elbows down and your hands come back to the chest. By George, you've got it. Let's add the breath to that. Come back to your Wuji. Take one big inhale with me just to get us in the mood. So inhale and exhale. That's just get us in the mood. So commencement. Rotate the shoulders. Draw the U. Weight comes to your right foot as the hands come up the chest. Step out with the left. Get your weight firmly on the left foot. Reach forward. Bring the right to join the left foot. Elbows down. Beautiful. So now you've learned Wuji and you've learned commencement form. You've got two of the forms down already. And those are two forms we use in every class. The Wuji is always used, and the commencement is how we start any sequence we're going to work on that day. Another form we will use in every class is called the open close. I fondly call it energy ball, and I try not to do that in class, but every once in a while you'll hear me misspeak and say, let's do our energy ball, because we do an energy ball meditation that uses open and close. But the open and close is basically, you have the hands, like when we finish universal posture, when we finish commencement, the hands are basically at the chest, facing each other. Notice the fingers are curved. It's as though you're holding a ball. Think about a volleyball or a cantaloupe, and your hands are just holding that shape right there. Somewhere like chest or maybe an inch below chest. And then you're just going to separate the hands a couple of inches and then bring them back in. That's an open and close. We also call that pulsing. So if you're in a class and someone says, now pulse your hands, that's what they're talking about, is open and close. I'm going to tell you where I breathe, but that doesn't mean you have to breathe in the same pattern. I'm going to share with you in case you like my breathing pattern and because it reminds you to breathe. In open and close, I always inhale on the open. I also exhale on the close. You also may notice that on the inhale, I straighten my legs just a little, and I soften my knees on the exhale. That's how I do it. The exhale to me is always a reminder to find my Wuji, find my soft knees, find my relaxation. That's your third form. Let's put all three together and let's do some breathing. So find your Wuji. I'm going to separate my feet just a little wider because I can. One big inhale with me. Breathe in and exhale. Commencement form. Rotate your shoulders, soft elbows, soft wrist, soft knees. Draw that U as though your hands are floating through a thick fog. Down towards your belly button. As the hands come up the chest, bring your weight to the right foot. Step out with the left. Find your balance on that left foot. And now you're stable to reach forward. I forgot to give breathing instructions. I'll start again in a minute. Bring the other foot to join. Bend the elbows down. Soften the knees. Open and close. Let's do that again. I'll talk more breath. So find your Wuji. when you're in Wuji, just enjoy the moment, the few seconds to just breathe softly in your belly and sort of get yourself centered. To pull in a yoga term, just center or ground yourself. Become one with the Mother Earth. Become one with your environment. Enjoy the cool sensation of the air or the warm sensation of the air. And just be there for a moment, noticing all the sensations in your body. And then we're going to start commencement form. I inhale as the arms come up. I exhale as the arms come down. I inhale as the hands are coming up my chest and my weight's going to the right foot. And I exhale as I reach forward. I inhale as my right foot comes to join my left. And I exhale as my elbows come down. Soft knees. Open and close. As I said earlier, you breathe wherever it suits you, whatever works to support you. Let's do that again. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. So find your Wuji. Spend a few seconds just getting into the mood. Some people actually start their practice by going into Wuji and basically doing a breath meditation for a few minutes. So let's start with commencement. Rotate the shoulders. Bring the hands down to your belly button. Your weight's going to the right foot. Step out with the left. Bring the right to join. Elbows come down. Soften the knees and open and close. And we have a generic form called closing. When we're through with our sequence, you can just allow the hands to go out, palms down, and then rotate the shoulders down, soften the knees. And that just gives you a little bit of a psychological statement of, I'm finishing my my session. With that being said, let's come seated. I want to go over a couple of things. Then we'll have the final test to see if you pass this class. Just joking. I don't know your first name, MW, but yes, it is hard to follow me for the camera. In the real class, I switch back and forth front and back. So come join me in Tai Chi Beginner, and I'll give you some of the sequence while I'm facing the wall away from you, and it's easier to follow me. I usually do the mechanics and the initial training facing you, and then once we kind of got it down, I'll turn around. So, no, you make total sense. Yeah. Charlene. Oh, good. Good to meet you, Charlene. I think I've met you before, though. That name sounds familiar. Everybody's able to unmute if you do have a question, but let me get through some slides that I want to share with you, and there should be a few minutes left for questions. Okay, what's next? If you haven't been in one of the regular classes, please attend the classes. Tai Chi for beginners is taught multiple times a week. Hopefully you can make it once or twice or even 3 times a week with me. Come as often as you can. And just yesterday I started Tai Chi Shibashi. It's a totally different animal. Just show up whenever you can. But Tai Chi Shibashi, you don't even have to try to learn or memorize. Just come and follow me each time. It's some warm-up exercises and 18 Qigong exercises done in a sequence, though it's not a flow, that is meant to be therapeutic. It's 18 exercises that's good for us to do every day, but yet it's gentle. That's what's really nice. It's extremely gentle, easy to do, fun to do. They call it joy to do, but yet it gives us all the movements of everything we need each day to be healthier. So come try Shibashi. The forms are taught in class and practiced in each class, though I do kind of go a little quick to get things squeezed in. So even if you don't maintain a personal practice, you will get the experience in class. But If you are willing to establish a personal practice, even 5 minutes a day, maybe before you go to bed or right after awakening, it really makes a big difference. And if you miss a day, no big deal, just come back. You can always request a recording of the class to help you through, plus the notes I send at the end of each class, I detail one of the forms to kind of give you some description in case that helps in addition to what you get in the videos. It's just to help with memory. As I mentioned several times, I currently have 2 classes. I hope this expands as the group grows, but I'm going to be teaching a sequence of 6-12, then 12, 12, I'm getting 18. Yeah, it's going to grow until it's about 30 forms in the sequence. Currently, we've been focusing on the first 6/12, and this week I'm moving into part 2, which is the next 6/12. They go together. So it's not like you're learning one thing separate from another. They actually go together to create the form I demoed at the first of this session. But by attending multiple classes, you'll get experienced on the various multiple parts, and I'll teach you how to combine them. Who knows, maybe when we get a big enough group, we can just do like 1 class a week where it's nothing but we come in and just do it together instead of a lot of detailed teaching. I would like that, just a practice session. And I mentioned Shibashi already. Come join me in the therapeutic Tai Chi Shibashi. I love Shibashi. I think we need to do it every morning on Get Set Up. Lessons to be learned. It's better to be comfortable, to be experienced, to feel one form, even if it's open and close. If you just practice open and close until you feel it, you actually feel your body, you feel energy in your body moving, that's far more important than to memorize 108 forms. You want to feel the movement. You want to know you're slowing down. You want to be aware of your breath. You want to feel the balance. In Tai Chi, slower is always better. You actually cannot practice your Tai Chi too slowly. You can try, but you can't. The slower you go, the better it gets, the more beneficial it is. When you're studying the mechanics, don't worry about slow. Worry about memorizing, getting that brain-body connection going. And then as you know it, you'll start flowing. If you get the mechanics of Tai Chi wrong, but you honor the guidelines I'm going to be teaching you, you're practicing Tai Chi correctly. Because learning the mechanics is just the first step. Honoring the guidelines, digging deep into the guidelines, digging deep into feeling your practice, that's Tai Chi. And the more you practice, the bigger the reward. Music always makes things better. I didn't put on music today, but in a typical class, I always put on music. I recommend at home put on something soft, easy listening, even classical or soft jazz, nature sounds, whatever floats your boat as far as relaxing. Remember, Tai Chi is a slow, mindful movement practice. We're not doing anything crazy or outlandish or explosive in class. This is going to be slow and mindful. Even 5 minutes a day will make a difference for you. I recommend having water available during class. So you can stay hydrated. Wear comfortable clothing. Somewhat loose is good, but more important, make it comfortable, especially your shoes. Have something like maybe a soft side tennis shoe, or if you're going to do this regularly, go online and maybe on Amazon or eBay order some Tai Chi shoes. It'll cost you about $12, or at least that's what I paid for mine 8 years ago. And they really are comfortable, and they kind of set psychologically, they trigger in my mind that I'm starting my practice. If you want it, have a chair available. It has to be non-rolling and stable. You can do the practice seated, or it's handy just to have as a point of contact if you need it. With my balance problems, with my peripheral neuropathy, I always have a chair handy in case I need that, especially when I'm learning something new. And come to class often. Come to class often as you can. Even if you know that sequence, come and experience with us again. The more you do it, the more you go deeper into the sequence. Remember, Tai Chi is a metaphor for life. In Tai Chi, like in life, we embrace challenges. That makes life more interesting. It makes us happier in life to embrace challenges. Be balanced. We always want to be in balance, whether we're talking physical balance, mental balance, or even emotional balance. Tai Chi is a balance practice. Slow down. Slow down in Tai Chi, slow down in life. Enjoy it more. Maintain focus. Stay focused. Learn to be more mindful. And learn to take slow, I hate to say deep breath. In my opinion, it's you want to take slow, moderately deep breath. If you really want to go deep, go, but that's not normal breathing. Just make sure your normal breath is slow, and then take special times where you take it deeper, like certain meditations or certain yoga sessions. But the main thing is learn to slow your breath. Okay, before we do questions and answers, I want to thank you for coming. If you have experiences on Get Set Up that you would like to share, please put them on social media. And if you don't want to go on social media, I'm a little bit reticent to talk too much about myself on social media. I don't even get on most of it. So if you got a story and you don't want to put it out there yourself, contact Liz. Liz at getsetup.io is our social media guru. She would love to take your experience and write about it in her blog. Other classes you might want to try that are somewhat related to Tai Chi would be Qigong. I mentioned Ellen. I take her class when I'm free. I love her Qigong class. I highly recommend taking it. Slow flow yoga is somewhat related to Tai Chi in the sense that Qigong to me is Chinese yoga. Tai Chi is flowing Qigong. Well, if you think of yoga as Indian yoga, then slow flow yoga would be comparable or similar to Tai Chi. The difference is Tai Chi has formal structures, where slow flow yoga, and I teach yoga, slow flow yoga is basically whatever the teacher wants to create in the flow, where Tai Chi is formalized over thousands of years. My next classes are Tai Chi for beginners and Tai Chi Shibashi. Oh, I got to change that. It's no longer in planning. It now is a reality as of yesterday. We had a great class yesterday. I really enjoyed it, and I think several of the students did too. It's just fun. So come give Shibashi a try. Come give Tai Chi beginners a try. Now, after class, I'm going to send you some notes. I do after every class. If you've taken other classes, you know every teacher does. And in there, you have an option to recommend the class to a friend. Please do. We want you to spread the word. And there will be an option called Give Feedback. And here you see this orange button I'm circling with the cursor. Click that button and get that little box at the bottom. And in that box, tell us what you think. You can rate the session on the left, give it 1 to 5 stars. You can rate the guide, that's me, 1 to 5 stars. Or you can just give a comment at the bottom. If you've got some opinion of something that could improve, we want to hear your ideas. That's how we grow positively. So give us your ideas, give us your comments, and I will tell you, do not hesitate to mark that 4 stars up to 5. Feel free to do that. Anytime you want to, raise that up to 5 stars. Nobody will object. Now, this is a new slide. It's for inviting friends. Basically, this goes back to when you're booking the class. When you book a class, you're going to get an option to add it to your calendar, which I highly recommend because I forget things if I don't put it on my calendar. But also, you've got the option to invite a friend. You can tell a friend right then, hey, I'm taking a class of blah, blah, blah on this day, and I'd love if you'd come join me. So invite your friends. You can share the link, or you can just email them. If you're using a mobile to book the class, then it's going to look something like this. So it'll look a little differently if you're using mobile.
Tai,
Yes.
were you sharing your screen?
Say again?
Were you sharing your screen?
Oh, did I not? Oh, well, I just went through all the slides without sharing. I apologize, people. Hopefully my words carried it. You guys have to really watch me when it comes to these slides. I'll share it right now so I can go back over that, because that last part was important. See, I think because I can see it, you can see it. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, Nancy. I'm not going to go over everything, but let me go back over the important thing. This is Liz's email address. Please contact her if you'd like to share your experiences. Class notes, click the orange button, give feedback, and here's what it looks like. Feel free to up any of those 4 stars to 5 stars for the session or the guide. And here's where you can give us any suggestions to improve. If you've got a class you want that you don't see, this is a good place to recommend it. And believe me, the powers that be do pay attention. When you're booking, here's where you can invite a friend. This is where you can click to add it to your calendar. And this is what it looks like on a mobile. You still get the orange. And please, invite your friends. Invite family. Invite everybody you know who would love to join you. I love having friends in classes with me. Now, the Get Set Up community is growing. It's I don't even know how they're measuring it. It's moving so quickly. But part of that is we need your suggestions for classes. So please suggest a new class. Host an interest group. Maybe you enjoy photographing beautiful flowers and putting them up as your Zoom background. Host an interest group on beautiful flowers. Share what you know and have the other people share what they know with you. Attend an interest group and see how they go, because everybody gets very talkative, and it might help you get interested in holding one yourself. If you're a member of an organization, you're associated with assisted care, senior living, government, or community organization, email help@getsetup.io and let them know so we can reach out to those organizations. If you want a copy of the session today, the recording, so you can play it back, and in a regular Tai Chi class, I think it's very, very valuable. Just email help@getsetup.io and tell them you want a copy of the recording, and they will set you up. Now, with that being said, do we have any questions before we run out of time? Anybody want to talk? Oh wait, I got something in chat. Hang on just a minute. I will read it and share it with you. I was just at a Tai Chi class at the Arboretum outdoors. This is from Mary Ellen. And she told us not to worry about right and left. Half of us mirrored her. It really was nice, and we just stayed in our 4-foot space. Mary Ellen, that is very good advice, because almost every form that I'm going to teach you has a right and left variation. So if I'm teaching it to the right, and I'm saying right, and you're doing it to the left, and you're okay reinterpreting my verbal instructions, that's fine. Because later when I'm teaching it in another session, when I'm teaching it to the left, you'll just be learning it to the right. So yeah, that's very good advice, Mary Ellen. Don't worry about right and left. I have to say some words to give some direction, and I'm not very good at moving to the right and saying left. I start screwing it up. So I just move to the right and say to the right, and you guys can either follow my verbal or you can follow my visual. So yeah, nothing wrong with that at all, Mary Ellen. Thanks for bringing that up. If you folks are having difficulty following when you face them, turn on the Mirror My Image. Wow, Joe, what a great idea. That is a wonderful, Joe is brilliant. Thank you. Go into your settings and tell video and mirror your image. Your right will be the audience left.
No, that would be you would change your to mirror the image, because
well, Joe, I've tested that, and I've discovered that it only changes it on my end. That's why I thought you were saying they could change it on their end. Is that not the case? Joe?
Oh, yeah, they'll see your right as being left.
Okay.
It will change it.
Well, currently my setting is mirror my image.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because I've played with it. I'll play with it some more if you think it actually can work, because I'd love to support people that way. I really would.
I think it might. Try it with, well, if you have another computer there, you could log on with a separate, as a separate individual, and then try it and see what it looks like at the other end when you're broadcasting from one end.
I'll give that a try. The last time I tried it, I actually connected with my sister remotely, and she was advising me. But maybe you're right. Maybe I need to see it. So, okay, Joe, I will give that a try. Thank you. Oh, I didn't realize that was privately. Oh, I've just exposed Joe's private conversation to the world. Sorry about that. But thank you for the advice, Joe.
Not a problem, Ty.
I appreciate all advice. Seriously, the attitude it gets set up is we want to hear everything in case we can improve. So I will take that to heart and see what I can work out. Anything else, people, before we call it? We got 1 more minute. Can I see a show of hands? Who's going to show up in Tai Chi for beginners or Shibashi? You can lie to me. Go ahead. Yeah, it's okay. You can. Good. Well, I hope you guys have a great day. And thank you, Joe, for the thumbs up. And take care of yourselves. Be safe. And remember, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. So be good to
Bye-bye,
yourself.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Everyone. Thank you.
Very good
Bye.
program.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good one.